What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily, September 16th, 2022. We had a little bit of a wild NFL game last night. We're going to talk a little about college football. We got two best bets coming at you from Aqueduct. Magic back, our CFL expert, and Papa Dude. The Cardinals actually called me, and they said if we don't pick them again, we can get a sign on the outfield wall down there.
Well, I'm not even looking at their games ever again.
Hey, hold on. Before Papa Dude, how many hits did the Cardinals have going into the ninth inning?
Oh, I tell you what. Now, okay.
One.
I could have seen.
But didn't they need to win by 2?
Yes.
Yeah, but here's the deal. They had one damn hit going into the ninth inning against the Reds.
One hit.
Who pitched a guy with a 9.00 earned run average. Okay, now if Cincinnati beat him 9-8, okay, I maybe could see that. But our pitcher, I say our, I hate this son of a bitches, but whatever his name is, Nicholas, whatever, St. Nicholas, whatever the hell his name is, he did exactly what I wanted him to do. He kept us in the game.
Yeah.
The Reds had 3 runs. Come on, we're going against the Reds with a guy who hasn't pitched more than 4 innings all year, a bullpen guy. They just threw him out there, and we get one hit going into the ninth inning.
I told you not to do it.
I mean, I'd do it again today. I mean, with that. I mean, come on. That's just now you watch. Today they'll win 15-1.
Probably. If I was going to pick a game today, I'd pick the Cardinals. I'm not going to play this.
Exactly.
That is like it is wildly like you got Flaherty on the mound against we don't know who's starting for Cincinnati.
Exactly.
If I was going to play at -1.5, it would be the Cardinals today.
Exactly.
But I've learned my lesson watching the Halterman struggle with the Cardinals all year
long. I'm done.
Stay away. All right, let's kick it off. Let's talk a little bit about the Kansas City-San Diego game last night. Honestly, I thought San Diego looked like the better team the majority of the game. Patrick Mahomes, the best player on the field, probably ends up making the difference. But you had 2 dropped interceptions from San Diego, one of which would have gone for 6. You had the pick 6 that saved them a touchdown and flipped the touchdown the other way. I think San Diego might be better overall than Kansas City after watching that and got a little bit robbed. Papa Dude, you're shaking your head. Yes, you agree with me on this one?
I have seen San Diego do this. I say San Diego. I'm going to say that a million times. They're always going to be San Diego to me.
I said it there too. So
yeah, I know. I can't get past that. I mean, San Diego Chargers for years, Yeah. And anyway, I've seen them do this so many times. They do this all the time. To me, they controlled the game, I thought. And I thought they outplayed Kansas City. I thought they defensed them extremely well. Let's face it, the pick 6 beat them.
Yeah.
They go in and score there. I think they win the game. I didn't think Herbert was great last night. I've seen him play better, but he was okay. I was so impressed with the Chargers defense and the way they handled the Chiefs. I thought they played extremely well.
Yeah. Up 7 early in the second half. You have that reviewed interception that was just blatantly dropped. There's really no other way to put it. They picked that ball off. This game's very different. Aaron, what did you think of last night's ball game?
Listen, number 1, Justin Herbert, all the bettors that had him +4 and all the bettors that needed another touchdown pass to cash his bet yesterday. Justin Herbert is now my favorite player of all time. Out there with broken ribs, probably slinging it down the field for a meaningless touchdown for all us bettors. He is the legend of the betting world today. As far as the actual game, he is not a legend for the Chargers because he totally screwed up throwing the pick 6. But listen, they were going to lose the game no matter what. I really believe that. If he would have thrown a touchdown there, they would have let him run the kickoff back. This is what the Chargers do.
Yes.
I happen to believe the Chargers are one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the league. I happen to believe the Chargers, hell, they may even miss the playoffs because this is what they do. Yes. This is the Los Angeles Chargers. They might as well just move them back to that soccer stadium. I mean, it's really just incredible how they lose games. I thought the Chiefs were stymied for most of the game. The defense did a great job. They did allow Mahomes to make a couple of plays to kind of keep them in the game there and just kind of wait for that Charger mistake. I think the teams are very evenly matched, but I will always favor Kansas City in that matchup until the Chargers prove they cannot do stupid things and lose games.
You mentioned Herbert and how phenomenal he was from a betting perspective, able to get you to the over 5, able to get +4 home for the Chargers fans. The third down before he throws a bomb on 4th down, he literally decides not to run for 1 yard because he cannot run. Mm-hmm. He barely threw the ball out of bounds because his arm was just like this on this side. Mm-hmm. And then he goes back and slings it. I'm sitting there like, what the hell is this guy doing in this game? You're not protecting your third-year franchise quarterback. You're just going to leave him out there down 10, Magic? What did you think of that? You think that was a little bit crazy?
So crazy. So crazy.
Imagine didn't watch a play of this. You can tell.
Not a goddamn play. I will tell you, hearing your report initially, I had the Chargers as my dark horse to win the Super Bowl and had a small bet on them at, what did I get, 14-1? So when Somich was like, I think they were the better team overall, and I'm like, it's week 2. That's great. Keenan Allen, I know, was out, and maybe that changes the complexity of the game a little bit. And I was like, all right, things are good. And then Aaron reminded me, and Papa Dude reminded me, that this is the Chargers. They're like the Browns of the West. So
They are.
They are.
I was surprised we didn't see Staley go for it a couple times as well. After last year, you hear he's going for everything. You have 2 4th and 2s inside Chiefs territory, and both of them you're punting the ball back to Mahomes.
I don't get it.
He's super conservative guy now, I guess.
No, yeah, he's just totally different. But I don't think we can blame the game on him, and that's, I think, is the real upset of the night. We can't blame it on the coach.
Yeah. We have no complaints on coaching, except he should have taken Herbert out down 10. There's no reason that Herbert should be in that game down 10.
That was a great decision.
Yeah, I know you liked it. Bettors all over liked it. Moronic decision long term. Anyway, let's flip over to the college football field here before we get into racing. We've got Louisville and Florida State going at it tonight. No one's using this as their best bet, so I thought we'd quickly go over it. Haltermans, you guys are our college football experts. Papa, dude, you want to kick us off? Florida State, Louisville, what are you looking for tonight?
I'm not touching this one. This could go either way, in my opinion. I would have bet Florida State until Louisville went and beat Central Florida the other night. I think they looked really good. I think this could go either way, so I'm staying away from it. The game that I might put a little money on tonight, I would think about it. I kind of thought about it as the best bet. Air Force goes up to Wyoming. I think the last line I saw, they're 16.5-point favorites.
Yep.
I think Wyoming I would take them in the points. I almost made that my best bet. Wyoming's very well coached. That's kind of a rivalry game. It's not very far from the Air Force Academy up to Wyoming. Shoot, they'll get on those fighter jets and just fly right up there, I imagine. So
parachute in.
Like 2 minutes, they're parachuting out of them right now. And a couple of them might get hurt. So that's another thing to think about. But I think Wyoming is the pick here. Wyoming's getting better. They didn't play well first week, played better last week. They're not hard. They're not easy to beat up in Laramie. So that's one I'm interested in tonight.
Wyoming's got a lot of new players. They're breaking in, so it's nice that this is the 3rd week of the season. I like the Friday night at home aspect of it as well. I think they'll keep it close. I like that one. I'm with you. If you're going to bet one, it's got to be that one, because this Louisville-Florida State game, I don't think Florida State's very good, but I don't think Louisville's very good either. They couldn't have played worse week 1. They played better, but still, UCF was awful in that game. I don't know about those two teams. That's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I think it'll be competitive.
Yes, Magic?
So I noticed, I was looking at the line. I see, so Louisville has only scored 27 points all season, and their team total is 27.5. Is that a trap, or should we just take the under?
I would take the under.
I would expect you're going to see a fairly low scoring game. And this is interesting because you have Florida State, who's going to come in overrated, laying 3 on the road after beating LSU when they were a dog and everyone watched that game. On the other side of it, you mentioned Louisville, who played well against UCF, but that looked more like UCF sucking than Louisville being good. And it looked more like LSU sucking than Florida State being good. And so it's hard to figure out how to judge both of those teams coming into this game.
Yeah.
I would lean toward first half under, or just watch the first half and see if there's a second half play you want to make. Air Force is a wishbone team, right? They're going to run the crap out of the ball. I don't love wishbone teams covering 17 points.
No, I don't either.
It's just too much has to go right for them to be able to put that many points on the board when you're literally going 3 yards in a cloud of dust every single play.
Yeah,
yep.
I agree.
By the way, that's the we figured it out on Dudes Who Bet Sports. That's the offense Iowa needs to run. They need to go to.
By the way, Magic, look at Iowa's line tomorrow. Have you seen that?
No, is it? What is it?
I don't want to give away my best bet for tomorrow, but kind of.
Okay, I'll look quietly.
No, go ahead. You're going to be shocked.
You're taking Cardinals -1.5 tomorrow, right, Papa Dude? That's the best bet.
No, not even. It's not even. No, it's hell no.
All right, we got 2 best bets from Aqueduct. We got 1 from the CFL. Papa Dude heading back to, where are you going? The Diamond, I believe, right? But let's kick it off with the best CFL handicapper in the goddamn world. Magic, who you got tonight?
Sorry, I just saw some of the lines for Iowa and Nevada. Oh boy. Oh boy.
We'll say that tomorrow. We'll say that for tomorrow.
Oh boy, incarnate word, they are not. Let me tell you. So a couple weeks ago, I had that story about Montreal in their off week, right? How things were crazy. So last weekend, there were 3 games on Saturday, and Dr. Tank can attest this, and he asked what I liked, and I gave him all 3 plays. This is what I liked. I went 2 for 3. The only one I got wrong was Saskatchewan playing Winnipeg. Saskatchewan was plus 7.5, and that one, I think Winnipeg won 50-24. So it's not even was close, and I was like, what the hell happened? Like, that's just a huge, that's really wild for me to get that wrong. You guys know this. In the last couple of weeks, I've been dealing with a stomach virus that's been pretty nasty, right? The stomach virus hit the Saskatchewan Roughriders team. They lost 20 guys the day before the game. They couldn't practice because it was just a circulation through the bathrooms of their players, including their star quarterback, including their head coach, including their backup quarterback. The team, and by the way, they went on the road to play this game. The team president had to drive in his own car for 6 hours with 3 players that they picked up because they had nobody to play. They literally were picking up people off the road to go play Winnipeg, who is like less than even money to win the championship. How the hell are they supposed to win that game? Everybody's healthy. They got everybody good. And guess what? We're playing the Edmonton Elks, who are about as easy to beat as Iowa or Nevada. So we're going to go elk hunting one more time. We have not been wrong. Every elk hunting trip has come back successful. Saskatchewan -7. I think this is going to be double digits easily.
I love the fact that like, first off, did they take a bus for 6 hours with 20 dudes with a stomach flu? Because that would be an awful bus ride if that's how
they had to change. Like people had to get different roommates because they had to figure out the infected versus the uninfected, and then just split them up that way.
Sounds like a zombie movie. That's pretty awful. You've been dead on about the Elks and fading them like every single week. So let's do it. Let's see the Saskatchewan Roughriders cover a monster 7-point spread here. Make sure you literally Magic has become an expert in CFL. I absolutely love it. It's absolutely amazing. All right, let's go over to Papa Dude here. Papa Dude, how about you talk a little bit about Cleveland's Guardians?
I tell you what, I just love this commentary we get on CFL. That's an amazing story.
He knows all of them. He always knows the story.
He does. It's incredible. I'm taking all my money and betting on him right now. I don't even want to talk about mine. I'm going to stay with baseball. I really don't know why, but the Indians and the Twins tonight, everything points towards the Indians. So maybe you ought to put the money on the Twins. The Twins are going south, and Cleveland's playing well. They have the advantage in the pitching matchup. The game, this is kind of it for Minnesota. I don't think they have much of a chance anyway to get into the playoffs. They're pitching a guy that has not pitched since June. He just came off the DL last night. Bailey Ober's his name. Not real impressive anyway. The Indians have Tristan McKenzie going. He's been pitching very, very well. He's consistent. He's steady. He shut Minnesota out a week ago. I think at home, Cleveland keeps rolling, so I'm going to take the Indians -135.
I love that we've brought back the San Diego Chargers and the Cleveland Indians all in one show here.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. No, you know what? I don't understand this nickname at all.
The Guardians?
Guarding. What are they guarding? What the hell?
I thought it was some rock and roll thing because you got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there if you want to.
Is that what it is?
Well, don't they have like statues of soldiers like on the bridge outside the stadium, like guarding it? Isn't that where they got it from?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they're the Indians to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I will always remember them from Major League. And they were definitely the Indians in that, and that's not going to change.
Great. What a great movie. Great movie.
Oh, God, don't get started on movies again.
Jared's kids are making a Jaws drawing, Papa Dude. I'll make sure they send that over to you when it's all done, since you love that one. Yep. All right, let's head over to my best bet. We're actually going to pull in a little bit of a replay action here. I'm going to go to Aqueduct, and this was one of my playback horses from the Saratoga meet. If you take a look at the number 9 horse in this race, well, first off, the key to Saratoga, this turf course, was saving ground specifically on one of the 2 turns. If you take a look at the 9 here, recognize Saya's aboard this day. Saya's aboard is back. We're just going to watch this into the first turn. It looks like he's going to be 4 wide here. Wait until you see how wide this horse ends up in this spot. He's going to right about now get fanned out and end up about 8 wide going into this first turn. And the entire turn, he loses ground. This horse runs second in this race, just misses to the 6th horse who came from last. There are 5 of the horses coming back in the 5th race today that are out of this race. I like this 9, the 9 horse Recognize in that race, who is the 8 today, quite a bit. I think Recognize is going to be able to get the job done and be able to do it fairly easily. We got 5-2 on the board. Only other horse I'm interested in the race is a 2 horse who came out of the same race and switching from the 10 post to the 2 post. But for me, that trip on Recognize was awful. He dug in late, was able to get by the front runner after going 3 wide on the second turn, and then just got nipped by a first-time starter, which he fought back against. So I'm going to go to the 8 horse in the 5th race, Recognize, over at Aqueduct. Aaron, what'd you think of this one?
I liked it. I had this one on top as well. We were kind of talking about it, but before it came on air, I was on here with you, waiting to go on. And I think we definitely agree it's the 2 or the 8 in this race that looked tough. That was a pretty good maiden special weight race at Saratoga. And we talked about it. Your best bet that day was Secretary at War, who turned for home and looked clear after setting slow fractions. And it looked like, to me, the horse may have bled, just stopped abruptly. And that allowed a couple of these horses to run on. But that was a good race. We really liked that horse last time out as well. We thought that horse was the danger to your horse the last time, and probably would have been and would have won if not for the trip. So I like it. I had him on top.
I like it. Hopefully we can get 5-2 home. We got another best bet coming at you from Belmont at Aqueduct, or whatever the heck we are calling this thing. Aaron, you want to tell us who you like here in the 3rd race?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the number 7, Know-It-All Audrey, here in the 3rd race at Belmont today. I looked through the sports slates, just thought it was a tough card. I didn't like much in baseball, and the football games kind of talked about it. It's a little iffy, but I really like this one. Know-It-All Audrey running 2nd time for Rob Atras today, moving down to the claiming ranks after running against allowance horses for pretty much most of the career. And if not allowance races, maiden special weights. This is the first time running for a tag at all. So a huge drop down in class. I like that even though we're dropping down, IRAD stays aboard. So that kind of tells me, sure, sometimes you see a drop and it's like, oh, that could be bad. But IRAD staying aboard, and that kind of tells me, hey, we just got to get this horse spotted right, and she'll get the job done. So I like Know-It-All Audrey today. I think she stalks the pace here. Improves second out for Atras and gets the job done. So 2-1 on the morning line. I think we'll be more like 7-5. We're going to get a little bit of money, but I don't think we'll be below even money or anything like that. So Know-It-All Audrey, stock, and win for me.
Yeah, I think the 3 Wicked Lady is going to take some money and kind of help your price there. The 2, You Can't Handle This, probably a loose leader, but probably not as good as Know-It-All Audrey. So if Know-It-All Audrey can sit off for flank, should be able to get it done.
I think the key to that the 2 does have a shot. And I think the key to the whole race is because if you look at it, she's the only one with speed, but the 7 dropping down in class, usually you see the horse, be a little bit more forwardly placed. So that's the key. If the 7's like 5 off the lead, 4 off the lead, we might be in some trouble. But I think as long as she keeps her in range, I think the 7 will be able to mow it down. And kind of similar to what we talked about, or what you guys talked about tomorrow, and I guess we'll cover that tomorrow, but with the classic Causeway Nation's Pride thing, it's like you just got to stay in range, and then the talent will take over. So we'll see. We'll see if Know-It-All Audrey can get the job done here.
I like it. Big drop in IRAD staying aboard, as you mentioned, is a big time key here. He's not going to ride this horse if he doesn't think he has a good shot, and probably will keep the horse more forwardly placed. All right, that's going to do it for Dudes Who Bet Daily here. Quick little show. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be on at 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, so that we can cover the noon kickoff games for college football. Thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Let's review the picks here before we take off. We've got Magic's got Saskatchewan -7 tonight. Papa Dude going with the Cleveland Guardians -135. Aaron headed to Aqueduct playing race number 3, horse number 7, 2-1 on the morning line. I'm going to go to Aqueduct, play race number 5, horse number 8, 5-2 on the morning line. Someone asked in the chat what I was expecting. I think we're going to get around 9-5 on this horse. I don't think you're going to see it bet down too heavily, because there are a couple others in here that I think are going to take money. For the week, we're 3-4, -152. Rough day yesterday. But for the year, we are up $2,298 off $100 base units. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see everybody tomorrow. Have a good one. Good luck with all your bets.